Hi guys, Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. Sometimes I feel I've become the 12 volt whisperer locally. So all these strange 12 volt problems seem to end up at my door. So the Anderson plug, it's a pretty good unit, but it won't last forever, especially where I live in high UV and guys racing up and down the beach. So I've pulled this plug apart. Now I wasn't going to reuse it, so it's just easier to snap the bottom off and pull out the lugs. So obviously not the nicest of jobs when it was done. It was soldered, then crimped by the look of it, which is not a bad way of going, but it wasn't heat shrunk. And it's starting to get some of the green death, but really the problem was the actual holder. So rather than just changing the holder, I'm going to put on a new one and redo the connections and show you how I do it. And I think it's a pretty good way of doing it. You can get high-end crimpers that'll crush this perfectly, but certainly I don't own a set, and I don't think most four-wheel drivers would own a set either. So we're going to flood solder this and redo the connections. So this came with connections, but they are really too big. I could pour a mountain of solder in there, but it's just a waste of solder and it's not a great fit. So luckily I have some of the right size, including a growing collection of ones to take the huge battery size cables. So this is what we want. A couple of these. So these will fit this. So I've stripped it enough that the whole cable will go in like that. So it won't take a huge amount of solder. So I've got it in my workmate here with just this part exposed. Now if I overflow it, I'll just scrape the solder off the fitting. So I'm going to put the gas torch on, aiming for the top part. So I've rolled my solder, which is really fine stuff, because I'm going to flood this. You'll soon get the idea of how much solder to put in. In this case it won't be a huge amount. I'll just hold this a second, keep it in a nice alignment, and I can go on and do the next one. Solder is nice and liquid. Great press in. So this one I slightly overflowed it, but no dramas, will just clean the solder off the outside. So I'll just have to clean this little lump off. There'll be no issue, I'll let that cool down before I do that. Alright guys, I've cleaned off the solder off this one. Got a bit of heat shrink. Now I only need to do here. I don't want to interfere with the locking mechanism of the Anderson plug. So this will be plenty. So I'll bring it down here, out of the way. Get the hot air gun. Go gentle with this stuff. It doesn't need to be in direct heat. So get it this far, flip it over. So that's the job there. So I'll repeat that on the other one. So when you're looking at your lugs, this is the part that catches on these retaining clips, and the gentle lump is the electrical part of the contact. So if you can get them lined up so that that part both facing down when you slide them into the plug, makes life a lot easier. So there's your Anderson plug, positive and negative. So I need to turn this 180 degrees and line these up. This will make life so much easier, guys. So positive and negative, and the catch side is up. That's all as well out of the way. So they just slide in like that. Try and get them both in at the same time. You feel them coming up the ramps, so they'll be coming up there. They come in there with a click. So there they are there. Make sure it's all solid. Now I gave these a hard tug when I first soldered them before I put the heat shrink on. So I knew I had a good mechanical connection as well as a good electrical connection. So this now should last, depending if it's outside all the time, between 5 and 8 years. Personally, I change all mine every 7 because I hate going away on trips and having electrical gremlins. It's no fun at all. Anyway guys, if this type of stuff helps you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Excellent walking, Wilbur. There's no limping going on there, is there? No, it's not. Excellent walking, boys. That's fantastic. That's how it's there. We're at the pole.